how we plan to get married. Same love how I used to know you well. I can't stand this. Oh, no. I don't wanna be all alone. I don't wanna be
This song conjures up all sorts of images and meanings for me. I think about being all alone as an aro ace, aka aromantic asexual, to being all alone in my own place, which is to be announced at a later date, God willing, to being all alone in my own world as a detached, laissez-faire old soul living in a modern world. Now, this song I've only known for a little over 4 years, but this whole quote unquote living all alone slash on my own journey has been going on for the last 10 years, maybe more, give or take. I don't know, nor remember. Look, for the most part, I've been on my own. Loosely, anyways. I say loosely because, I've had interludes of involvement with men in the past. I share the apartment I live in with my father, and I do have to come back to the quote unquote real world for the sake of human interaction purposes. I'm damn mad alien, but that's aside the point. Look, besides all that, I have been quote unquote living all alone on my own. But being quote unquote alone, living all alone, on your own, whatever you want to call it, is so much more than not having a significant other. And with all the times I've heard someone tell me that I'm gonna grow old, die alone, be an old maid, or have too many cats to keep me company, let's talk about this whole idea of being all alone, living all alone, on your own, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Now, the word alone is defined as being separated from others, solely and exclusively, without aid and or support, and or incomparable slash unique. Now, let me go ahead and first say this. Merriam-Webster's dictionary does not sponsor this show, but I definitely feel like I should start doing promotion for them though. What? It makes sense. Okay, I'm always using the definitions. I mean, why not? But anyways, quote unquote, being alone has many layers, levels, and or lengths to it, okay? From drowning in loneliness and feeling deserted to being the happiest you've ever been in your solitude and the constant tug of pull of both feelings at once. And all this is something I have dealt with in the last 10 years in some way, shape, sense, or form for different reasons or the same one, whether it's just feeling one of those instances individually or feeling all three of them at the same time, all at once. I mean, I can keep mixing and matching, but y'all see where I'm going with this, okay? Being all alone or being alone is very complex. For some, they don't know what that's like. They don't know what it's like to be alone, whether it's constantly needing a significant other, rotating them like clothes or jobs. They're trying to talk to everyone to fill the void of silence, to doing anything at any time for any reason, just to be in the mix or just to be surrounded by anybody, really. Now, for others, they love being alone. Lonely. I really like being lonely. I want to be lonely. Okay? They love being alone, okay? It's the best time of their life. It's the thing they look forward to the most. And if they had the means or the opportunity, they will go to a deserted island, become a recluse, and never come back. Of course, they're known as, the wallflower, the antisocial children, the La La Land people, the quiet kids, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, that's them, but that's just the battle of the extroverts versus the introverts, okay? Extroverts are the first examples. They love talking to children. They're the social butterflies. They gotta be the center of attention. They just love interaction. Introverts, they're the second ones. They can care less about it. It does not matter to them, okay? If they wanted to, they would become a whole mute and not speak to nobody. But those, of course, are extreme examples. But y'all get where I'm going with this. But either or, they can change roles or borrow a little bit from each. There are such things as extroverted introverts and introverted extroverts, but that's a deep perception. But usually they're just the two. Me? I'm definitely an extrovert. That was the funniest shit I done ever heard. And I've been on this earth 27 years. Because Lavelle Child, you know damn well that's a lie. Oh my goodness. Tammy Roman, thank you for that. I can't even lie to myself once, but hell, honesty is my only policy. But anyways, being all alone in the sense of having your own place is even more challenging. Not only because, inflation and the housing markets are as high as the new alleged quote unquote affordable housing buildings that they're trying to put up, but because in some cases it can highlight your loneliness. For me, this has always been a challenge, okay? Loneliness versus solitude. Even though I live with my father, the way our personalities and schedules are, it's like we both live alone and share the place. I mean, we're practically the same person, but that's a different subject. And oftentimes I find myself in the house alone. And since I don't have many friends, Lord knows I damn sure don't have any social media accounts to check on constantly or nonstop. And I damn sure don't have any kind of, significant other to overthink about anymore anyways. I find most of my days are empty. Not boring, just empty. Like I'm not even sure what the hell to do. And sometimes loneliness creeps up on me. What to do? What can I do? What'll I do if you go far away and I am blue? What'll I do? Thank you, Dorothy Spartnick, for that one, aka B. Arthur. And on that note, being all alone after a breakup and or divorce, child, that's a whole nother layer. Some feel great after letting go, and others, Sister Vivica Fox, can you step up here for me, please? Michael used to bring me chrysanthemums. I miss him. Oh, this really saddens me. Karen's a big engineering executive at a top engineering firm. Michael! Oh, Jesus. See that? Hopeless case. Okay? Hopeless case. But of course, it all depends on how the breakup / divorce went, who caused it / left first, and how long has it been since you've had another. Child, by myself. No one said it was easy. And then there are others who are alone in their own world, whether it be an alternate universe, a dream world, a fictional reality, or on a deserted island, perhaps. No, not Gilligan's Island. Oh, God, no. There were way too many people on it, and every time they tried to leave, Gilligan would always fuck it up. Unlike the 60s show. But the real problem is not being alone. Oh, God, no. It's the negative connotations. It's the negative connotations that are always associated with being alone. You're gonna die alone. You're too good of a person to be alone. Everybody needs somebody, or how does she actually say it? Oh, yes. Please, my behind. Girl, I'll be so tired when you get off that high horse. And stop thinking that you don't need anybody. Every woman needs a man. And you ain't no exception. And then, of course, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Goodness gracious, society's constant messaging on companionship is so detrimental. That's why most people end up exiting stage left for good. May Phyllis Hyman rest in peace. And come to think of it, it's hypocritical as well. It's like they want you to be independent, but still have someone. You should depend on someone, but you shouldn't go through it alone. Get used to being alone, but get out once in a while to make some new friends. Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Where is it, bitch? Where is it? Like, which one is it, bitch? Which one is it? Are you okay right now? I'm sorry, I just went off on a whole Nene versus Kim tangent, but it was what it was. I mean, where's her scooter? We don't know. Thank you, Sister Nene, for that. But, Jesus, where was I? Oh, yes. Humans are weird creatures, all right? I honestly wish I was a bird flying from place to place around the world on my own. No need for a flock. A little scrap here, a little nibble there. The only thing that could kill me is the weather or bird flu. And I could live with that. I really could live with that. But you know what? Other than that, in general, I don't need people. Love, sex, and relationships have never interested me, and Lord knows they never will. And if I had the means, I would go on a deserted island, become a recluse, and never come back. Okay, maybe make peekaboo appearances like a groundhog or Sister Sade. But other than that, it is what it is. Okay? But other than that, when it comes to being alone, I'm happy, I'm comfortable, and I can live here now. We good. We said our goodbyes and we're over it. But before I continue to live in solitude blissfully, here are a few things. Number one, being alone can be two things: a descent into loneliness or an ascent into a higher way of living via solitude. You make the call. Number two, being on your own is a great way to find out who you are deep down inside. What do you do in your spare time? Are you a lazy good for nothing? Are you a productive child? Or are you just a little bit in between? Do you just not know? And also, to some extent, it can, it allows you to, take stock to see, where life is going, You can take stock, take up a new hobby, take some therapy, whatever you need. And number three, besides birth and or death, you're never really alone. I mean, let the Mormons tell you every time you go see an ad talking about Jesus loves you, Jesus cares, and he's over here listening. So you're never really alone. On your own, absolutely, but not alone, because nobody can make it out here alone. Thank you, Sister Maya Angelou. May you rest in peace. Yes. Sister Patty, Brother Michael, can y'all play me out, please? Because,